This is your Austin reality check, and don't say nobody warned you, because if you're thinking about moving here, here are 10 things that might make you think again. All of these things people don't fully understand when moving to Austin. Every year, I help sellers move out of Austin, and here are some of the reasons why. But before we start, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. And if you're new here, I'm Jacquline Roland, your go-to Austin realtor. Yes, I live in Austin. Yes, I am a realtor. No, this is not an Austin bashing video, but there are things here that people don't like, and if you're thinking about moving here, these just might be deal breakers. So if you're ready, let's jump into it. Let's start with the obvious one, and that is the summer is not a joke. It is hot here. It's not like, oh, it's warm out today. It's like, no, it's hot as hell. Where's the AC? I'm sweating, I can't breathe. It is brutally hot in the summer. It starts getting really hot in June to September, the worst months being July and August, and seeing the temperature in triple digits is somewhat normal. Here's the thing, you might have lived somewhere hot before, but not only is the temperature hot, but it's muggy. It's pretty humid here, and it doesn't really cool off at night. Yes, you don't have the blazing sun on you, but it is still very muggy and you're just sweaty. Just get comfortable sweating. Now, we love being outside here, but let's say if you're a runner, plan on running in the morning or in the evening. Though again, it's still muggy out, but you won't have that blazing hot sun on you. Have loads of SPF, take a vacation, or just make sure you're in some body of water. Now, I grew up here, so I've lived here for decades, and I'm gonna tell you, you never get used to it. It's not like the next year, I'm like, oh, I'm used to this heat. No, it's every year, I'm like, why is it so damn hot? Number 2 is property taxes. Now, property taxes here can come at a surprise because a lot of people move here because there's not a state income tax, which is great. However, the surprise comes when you get your property tax bill. Property taxes here are some of the highest in the nation, so this can come as a sticker shock when you're thinking about purchasing here. And our tax rates are funny here, so it's not a flat rate for the city or the county. There's several things that factor into your tax bill here. I would say average here is about 2%. So if you buy a home for $500,000 at 2%, your tax bill every year is going to be about $10,000. Most people are just gonna roll that into their mortgage payment. It is definitely something that you should be aware of before moving here because it is a large expense overall. Number 3 is Austin is very casual, but it is busy. I feel like everywhere I go, the restaurant is full, the bar is full, the park is full, and restaurants fill up really fast. So if you're going somewhere that's popular, you're gonna definitely wanna make a reservation days, if not weeks before, depending on the restaurant. And side note, cocktails are $15, $20, and that just seems to be the norm. I'm curious, drop a comment where you're watching from and what's the average cocktail price where you live. I was actually just reading something that alcohol sales are down 30%, and it's no surprise because who wants to spend $20 on one drink? Am I wrong? Number 4 is traffic is an adjustment. Austin traffic, it is in LA, but it can feel very heavy for our city. We as a city grew very quickly, and our roads and our infrastructure cannot keep up. On top of that, we have very limited public transit, and although it's something that they're working on, I would say it's going to be at least 3 to 5 years before that's actually useful to get around Austin. And I've had people make this mistake. A short distance on the map doesn't necessarily mean a short commute time. And this is why you're gonna reach out to make sure if you're moving here, you're in a good location where commuting to the grocery store, shopping, and your job is not an everyday chore. Number 5, construction is everywhere. Like I said earlier, the city is trying to catch up with all of the people that moved here. And so it really feels like every road, every highway, every turn that you make, there is construction going on. Not to mention there's whole new communities and shopping centers and massive projects going up, and some that still exist from 2016. This is just what happens when you're in a fast-growing city. So if construction is gonna bother you, this is gonna test your patience. Number 6, allergies are aggressive. Austin allergies do not play around. Cedar probably gets the most attention, but I know people that have allergies all year long. Even people that have come and have never had allergies will all of a sudden develop allergies. I have lived here for a very long time and always say I don't have allergies, yet at the beginning of the year, my nose was like a faucet and I couldn't quit sneezing. I don't know what allergen it was, but it was definitely something in the air. So just a fair warning, if you have allergies, they might be worse here. Number 7, and I want to mention this respectfully, homelessness is becoming more visible. You know, these are real people, and I'm sure a lot of them were priced out as the city grew. And it's not everywhere, but there are pockets where you're gonna notice it more. And I know the city is working on solutions, but unfortunately, I feel like in any big city, we're seeing more of this, and Austin is not an exception. Number 8, Austin isn't as weird as you might expect. Austin's whole brand is Keep Austin Weird, and the vibe is still here, but it's not as quirky and eclectic as you might think. As Austin has grown, it's gotten more polished, more upscale, a little bit more corporate, and unfortunately is taking out some of those businesses that made Austin Austin. The vibe is still here, but it's more sections of Austin that's keeping Austin weird. Number 9, housing can feel expensive for what you're getting. This is a big one for people relocating because before the housing boom, Austin was very affordable. And then we were one of the fastest growing cities during that time. And although prices have corrected and adjusted, they've landed at a much higher price point than they were. So Austin might not be that affordable city that it was 6 or 7 years ago, especially in central or highly desirable areas. The good news and why we were seeing so much migration to the metro areas is it's much more affordable and it's still close to downtown. And number 10 is the weather. It has multiple personalities. I always say, and this is no shade to our meteorologists, but they have the easiest jobs. Like I think they just throw darts and report that weather. Seriously, I feel like we can have 4 seasons in one day or 4 days of one season. You just don't know. I mean, a week and a half ago, we had an ice storm, and yesterday we were hanging at the pool. So just know it's unpredictable and it's gonna keep you on your toes. And the last one is picking the wrong area can change everything. I'm adding this one because it's very important, and this is where you should reach out to me because you could be a mile away and have 2 completely different lifestyles, 2 different vibes, because Austin can be very neighborhood specific. You could love Austin and still hate where you land. Noise, traffic, congestion, commute. These are all things to consider when you're trying to figure out where you want to live in Austin. Now that I've told you everything bad about Austin, Austin is fun, it's growing, it's full of opportunity, but just like any city, it's not perfect. Do your own research, and I have a free relocation guide in the description. So if you want to grab that, that might be helpful. Of course, feel free to reach out to me. Y'all, thanks so much for joining me. I hope that this was helpful. I'm Jacquline Roland, your go-to Austin realtor. Thanks again for joining. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you at the next one. Bye.